Okay, video is an introduction to indices. If we have something like 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So if a number or variable, in this case it's a number, is multiplied by itself several times, it can be written using a shortcut notation often referred to as index form. So when we write something like this in index form, the number or variable that is being multiplied is written once only. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, we write the 2 once only. To indicate how many times it's being multiplied by itself, a small number is written above and to the right. So in this case, we have got 4 lots of 2, so the small number is 4. So that is in index form. This here we call factor form, this here we call index form. If we were then asked what is the basic numeral, what the basic numeral is basically what is the answer. So in other words, what is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and that answer is 16. So that's a little explanation of index form, factor form and basic numeral. So let's do a few worked examples. If we have something 5 to the power of 14, 5 is referred to as the base and we refer to 14 as the index or power. So if I've got 3 to the power of 7, our base is 3 and our power is 7. Next worked example. We've got 12 to the power of 4, so this is written in index form. To write this in factor form is doing the reverse of what we did up here. So if we have to write 12 to the power of 4 in factor form, it is 12 times 12 times 12 times 12. So that's index form, that is factor form. Worked example 3. Writing this in index form. Now if you notice, this has got 2's and 5's. So I'm going to rewrite it, so I'll put the 2's next to each other. 2 times 2 times another 2 times by another 2. And then I've got 5 times 5 times 5. Hopefully this will help you see that we can write just the 1 2 and we write to the power of 4 because there is 4 2's there. And then we times this by 5 and let's raise that to the power of 3 because there is 3 5's there. So this is how we write it in index form if there is different numerals, so a 2 and a 5. Alright, writing the next one in factor form. 7 times 5 to the power of 3 times 6 to the power of 5. I often put a 1 there so we realise that it's one lot of 7. So to write this, it's one lot of 7. There is 3 5's and there is 5 6's. So that there is how we would write that in factor form. Alright, this next example is writing it as a basic numeral. So remember, the basic numeral is what is 3 to the power of 5. So what actually is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And we write the answer to that as the basic numeral. And the answer to that being 243. There's 2 ways that you can do that. Into your calculator you can put 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Or if you don't know how to do it, I can show you how to put 3 to the power of 5 straight into your calculator. Okay, 4 to the power of 4. So that means 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. So I can either put this into my calculator to get the answer, or I can put 4 to the power of 4 straight into my calculator, and the basic numeral for that is 256. So let's look at what this video covered. We covered what the basic numeral was, what factor form was, and what index form is. So that is our little introduction to indices.